Several students showed up to St. Augustine's University today to take their SAT, only to find out no one there. How the College Board is responding. Also, a community is coming together to remember a mother, father, and an 8-year-old killed in a Memorial Day crash. Plus, today marks the start of hurricane season. What officials want you to think about as you prepare for the potential of storms. WRAL News is next.
Live from WRAL News headquarters in Raleigh, your #1 source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Julian Grace. Well, imagine this. You're a stressed out high school student about to take your SAT test, and you arrive at the testing location only to find out no one knows anything about it. That's just what happened to several families, and they found this out at St. Augustine's University this morning. Carly Haynes is live there right now. And Carly, I just can't imagine how frustrating this must be for the students and their parents tonight.
Julian, this is a very strange situation, right? High school students have enough on their minds the day of the SAT. The last thing they need is to come to the testing center only to find out it's not even happening. Elizabeth and Stefan Will of Raleigh say their 17-year-old daughter was signed up to take the SAT administered at St. Augustine's University this morning. But they say when they and multiple other families arrived, they didn't see any signs showing them where to go for the testing center. They say they pulled off into a side parking lot and went to the security gate to talk with a guard who said she'd look into it. About 30 minutes later, the Wills received some startling news.
The security guard, a lady walked up to everyone and said, like, it's canceled, and kind of changed the story slightly to saying that they had no idea that this was happening. Nobody told, security or anyone that this test was supposed to be happening. So nobody was aware. Nobody knew anything about it, and that we should probably just go on.
They would have had to log in everyone and check their devices. There are also students who require certain accommodations for disabilities, and they need a separate testing area, and they get extra time. I mean, to not know anything about this was pretty astonishing.
And the Wills say their daughter received this email from the College Board later this morning that reads in part, quote, "We're investigating why your test center was not open and whether your test center can conduct a makeup test. We're very sorry for any inconvenience." This afternoon, we asked the College Board about this issue, and they sent us this statement. Quote, "The June SAT administration was scheduled at St. Augustine's College today. We're looking into what happened and have notified students that we will be in contact about next steps next week." We've also reached out to St. Augustine's University about this. We are still waiting for their response, but we will have more on all of this tonight at 10 and 11. Carly Haynes, WRAL News, live at St. Augustine's University.
UNC's Project Uplift began today despite multiple counselors for the program resigning when the university's system cut its diversity, equity, and inclusion policy. Counselors who quit the program say actions by UNC leadership have undermined the program's purpose. They're also disappointed in UNC's leadership for hiring untrained and unfamiliar staff to take the place of counselors who resigned. Fencing has been removed from Polk Place on UNC Campus Hills campus. This is what else we found out about a month after it was put up due to pro-Palestinian protests. This is a look at Polk Place when the fencing was put up. The school says it was put up to, quote, "preserve the landscape and deter protesters from engaging in dangerous behavior." UNC says a pro-Palestinian encampment debris and the removal of the American flag caused damage at Polk Place. Now, it is not clear why the university decided to take down the temporary fencing now. 6 pro-Palestinian protesters who were arrested on UNC's campus are scheduled to make their first court appearance on Thursday. Their cases were continued to July 30th. Today, Durham's Mayor Leonardo Williams talked about the city's escalating violence. Mayor Williams and Durham Sheriff Clarence Burkhead attended Stop the Youth Violence seminar at Durham Tech. Now, those in attendance talked about conflict resolution and how to address youth violence. This comes at a critical time. Just last month, 3 teens were shot in 2 separate drive-by shootings. And in our interview today, Mayor Williams asked for fathers to do more in reaching out to the city's teenagers.
A father like myself needs to be a father to the fatherless. So therefore, I think that, men, especially black men, need to step up and be more present in a much more expansive way across our community. I think that we need to communicate more with one another as neighbors.
Williams says the city has to do more to address the residents' request to add more officers and make public safety improvements. Years of economic and social progress are on the line in North Carolina's gubernatorial race. That's the message Attorney General Josh Stein has for Democrats as they gather for the 2024 State Democratic Party convention. Stein emphasized a strong future of economy and investments in public education and protection of rights. His Republican rival, Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, has sparked controversy with past comments on women and LGBTQ issues. Robinson supports a stricter abortion ban, while Stein wants to restore Roe v. Wade protections. Stein vowed to help break a veto-proof majority in the state legislature and to elect more Democrats to the Council of State and judicial seats. The state Republican Party said the Democrats have themselves to blame for losing legislative and statewide races, saying the Democratic Party isn't forward-thinking and embraces policies that are too far left. This morning, there was another outpouring of support for the family of 3 killed in a Memorial Day car wreck in Garner. As WRAL's Eric Miller reports, family, friends, they held a walk today, a 2-mile run as well, to both remember the lost and find ways to celebrate their legacy.
At White Deer Park in Garner, a somber Saturday. Dozens taking a step forward as they remember the Campbells.
You wish this wouldn't happen.
Stefan Tucci has been friends with the Campbells for years.
Kind of like a mentorship and kind of showing them the ropes about life and navigating, being young.
He helped organize the run and walk, which follows the same route in the same park where 28-year-old Tyler Campbell, an avid runner and marathoner, took his last run on Sunday.
One of the things that's important to all of us is that we truly honor Tyler, Susie, and Miles for the people that they are.
On Memorial Day, Garner police say Tyler, Susie, and Miles were hit by a suspected drunk driver who ran a red light near the intersection of US 70 and Rand Road. Tyler and Susie were killed in the crash. Miles held on at the hospital for another 24 hours.
The last thing that all 3 of them said to us was, "Love you," and we all got to say, "Love you too," on the way out.
Saturday's run and walk served as a rallying point for the Campbells' friends and family. Organizers hope to make this an annual event. They also use the opportunity to raise awareness of drunk driving.
You don't take anything for granted.
In Garner, Eric Miller, WRAL News.
Police say 25-year-old Jordan Alexander Porter hit the Campbell family. He's now facing DWI charges. We're still working to learn whether other charges could be forthcoming. Now, Stephen Tucci tells us he and others are working to establish an award in honor of Tyler, Susie, and Miles that would be given at NC State to a student. Today marks the first day of the Atlantic hurricane season, and the message from federal agencies is to be prepared. Forecasters predict the hurricane season is likely to be one of the busiest ever. Now, the NOAA administration says between 8 to 13 hurricanes are expected to hit the Atlantic this year. FEMA Deputy Administrator Eric Hook says now is the time to think about things like medical needs, mobility challenges, and insurance that could all be impacted by storms.
Now is the time to ask yourselves these questions, understand your particular risk for you and your community, and put a plan together so that you are prepared when disaster strikes.
We have Hurricane Center available for you on WRAL.com. You can find real-time tracking where the storms do develop, as well as information about what to do to be prepared for the storm and what to do after it makes landfall. All that information is at your fingertips. That's all on WRAL.com/hurricanes. It's the start of Pride Month, and there were several events happening around the Triangle today That includes this one in Chapel Hill. Franklin Street was filled with people for hours today, starting around noon. Now, this event is now in its third year in a row. There was a march followed by a street market, music and food, also art installations. Now, Chapel Hill says this sculpture right here, this is called Think Outside the Box. It is a fun piece that embraces the importance of being yourself. The festival, like others happening around the Triangle, celebrates the LGBTQ plus community and their rights. Professional golfer Grayson Murray, who was from Raleigh, is being remembered at the UNC Health Championship this weekend. How family, friends, and fans are paying tribute. Anthony.
And Julian, it is definitely a refreshing evening for us out there. Our muggy meter very, very low right now, but we're going to start to see some changes here over the next couple of days. We're going to go over that return to some heat and humidity, plus look at some storm chances on the way coming up after this break.
Here's a gorgeous look at Southern Pines. Wouldn't you like to be out there? Go ahead and get out there. Of course, after the 6 o'clock, though. Welcome back. The golf community is coming together to honor and remember Raleigh native Grayson Murray. Murray died by suicide 1 week ago. His family is inviting friends and family to join them at the UNC Health Championship for a special tea time tomorrow. It's a chance to share a moment of remembrance and celebrate Grayson's life.
The PGA Tour and McConnell Golf and Raleigh Country Club and us at the tournament at UNC Health thought would be a very appropriate way to commemorate Grayson and get everyone together that is here, his family and friends, people that know him, and have a special moment as we kick off the last day of the tournament.
The event will start tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at hole number 1 at the Raleigh Country Club. Instead of flowers, the family asked for donations to PGA Tour charities supporting addiction awareness and mental health services. New data points to troubling signs about the state of foster care right here in North Carolina. A 15% drop in foster families over the last 5 years is stretching the already strained system. A foster parent and advocate for families told WRAL's Lena Tillett the opioid epidemic is leading to more babies needing homes.
I never in the beginning got phone calls about infants coming out of NICUs or, even kids under the age of 2, whereas now it seems that the calls are coming in more and more and families are needing support from day one.
Tonight for On the Record, we discuss the state of the foster care system in North Carolina, and a state DHHS official describes a new initiative we all can help to support these children. All of that tonight for On the Record at 7. It's the end of the school year and also the end of another incredible season of the Brain Game. 2 teams played for the championship this morning, and tonight we have our winner.
It's a great day at Apex Friendship High. Today we are here to celebrate some of our amazing students. Our academic quiz team has been competing in Brain Game for a number of years. This year they have brought home the gold.
So with that final score of 320.
Yes, they brought home the gold. 24 teams started this season, but Apex Friendship High won by just a single point against Broughton High in the final showdown. Congratulations to Apex Friendship and all of this year's teams. To watch this season and past episodes, go to WRAL.com and search Brain Game. Congratulations, they are well on their way. Such a fun show to watch. All right, what are we talking about today? Just beautiful, gorgeous weather out there today, Anthony. Looking at Fayetteville Street right now.
Yeah, it's so nice and refreshing. Lots of people out there enjoying. This is actually the International Food Festival, so it's making me hungry looking at this camera in downtown Raleigh. But no matter where you are at here across the area, we have refreshing levels of humidity, no rain chances into tonight, and a whole lot of sunshine out there. So perfect evening if you want to get outside and enjoy. Again, that's in downtown Raleigh. Goes until about 8 o'clock here this evening. If you're headed out and about, there's a slight breeze. There's not going to be much, though, wind across the area. 81 is currently where we sit in Raleigh, 82 for our southern areas, 79 in Goldsboro, also the upper 70s there, Roxboro and South Hill. We talk about where we are, though, here over the next couple of hours. Again, that food festival goes until 8 o'clock. But if you're, let's say, firing up the grill or just heading out across the area, this is our triangle forecast. 78 there right about 7 o'clock. We go to 74 at 8. Those temperatures drop there into the 60s by the time we get closer to midnight. It'll be totally dry, as again, still pretty refreshing for us. The clouds will start to fill in tonight, and I think as we get through our Sunday, compared to today, we will see more cloud cover, a chance of a spotty shower, but most of us looking dry tomorrow. Wake-up temperatures there in the mid to upper 50s, so still pretty refreshing overall before that humidity starts to kick back up. There's a look at that muggy meter. Yes, it's in the tolerable category, so above where we were today. I still think for the most part it's going to feel just fine out there. We really start to crank that up, though, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even into Thursday. It's really going to be noticeable, more like what we see this time of the year heading into our summer. In fact, today is the start of what we call meteorological summer, not the official season technically, but when we look here at the data, the climate data that we look at, it makes it easier for us as meteorologists to say this is potentially where we see kind of those hottest months of the year, aka summer. So we'll be tracking that. Here's a look at our rain chances the next 5 days or so. Pretty slim, but I do think as we get into tomorrow night, there could be about a 20% chance for us. Monday, 30 during the day. Well, Tuesday looking relatively dry, and then our best chances of some showers and storms comes in there Thursday and especially Thursday evening. That's when it looks like we'll get a system coming through that could ramp those up. We leave Futurecast though on the wide view for you as we get into our Sunday. I'll start you off tomorrow morning. Yes, we could see a hit or miss shower, but I think the biggest story for us tomorrow is just going to be the cloud cover on the increase compared to today. There's lunchtime, a spotty shower showing up right there. I think the mountains are going to see the best coverage of some of that coming through. The coast is looking pretty dry. We go closer to, let's say, 6 o'clock this time tomorrow night. Looking good. Just again, a few spotty, isolated showers back to our west. We may get some sunshine trying to peek through here as we get into tomorrow evening. And our Monday and Tuesday, a lot of the days this upcoming week will have the sunshine. It's just looking a little bit hotter. It's looking more humid and kind of more unsettled, what we may see this time of the year. 84 tomorrow, 85 on Monday, close to 90 on Tuesday. That humidity really will start to feel more tropical as we get into this upcoming week. We round out here our 7-day forecast, 85 on Monday, 89 Tuesday. We hit 90 on Thursday. That's also when we start to see some showers and storms coming in. An early look at this point, Julian, into next weekend. Saturday looks good. We'll see how Sunday shapes up, but I'm hopeful here we'll get a good forecast after that rain.
All right, let's remain hopeful. Thanks, Anthony. Casey's with us. And Casey, what a day to catch some baseball.
I was just going to say this whole forecast this weekend has been perfect for some NCAA regional baseball. Boy, it's just an incredible tournament that we've gotten today. Proved that in a wild elimination game. But first, a huge congratulations to Garner softball, who took down Weddington 12-1 this morning en route to its first 4A softball title in school history. I've got more next. Boy, Duke ace Jonathan Santucci returning to action, missing nearly a month with injury, hoping to help his Blue Devil squad avoid an early elimination from the NCAA tournament. Let's get you out to Norman. Santucci doing what they need him to do. Just 2 innings of work, 1 hit, no runs, 4 strikeouts. Now let's rewind it to the 2015 Little League World Series. That's Blue Devils junior outfielder Devin Obey, who scores the 3-run homer. Let's fast forward to today. With his team's back against the wall, he delivers the solo shot that caps a 2-for-4, 2 RBI day as Duke avoids elimination. 6-2 the final.
Has announced himself loudly in his tourney debut. Launches! Left field! Toward the wall! Good night!
Boy, what a night it was in Chapel Hill last night. The Tar Heels, the #4 national seed, trailing to Long Island in the bottom of the 9th, but the local kid, freshman Gavin Gallagher, smacks a walk-off grand slam to help lift the Heels into the winner's bracket, and that would set up a heavyweight battle here tonight. The Tar Heels facing the defending College World Series champs, LSU. This one still early in the game, and it is scoreless. Pat Welter is going to have a full recap tonight at 10 and 11. Well, heading into the Greenville Regional, it was a pretty surefire bet that we would see 2 of the best pitchers in all of college baseball. Wake Forest ace Chase Burns and East Carolina star hurler Trey Savage. And today, boy, that's exactly what we got. But I don't think anyone expected it to come in the first elimination game of the regional. To the jungle we we go. The pitchers' duel did not disappoint. 13 strikeouts between these two, heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. But that's where Burns gets in a little bit of trouble. 2 on for Dixon Williams, and he gets all of this one. The 3-run shot puts the Pirates up 4-1. Top of 8, Yasavich leaves the game to a standing O. His team in the driver's seat, but top of 9, Wake's bats come alive. Jack Winne caps a 5-run inning for the Deeks to take a 6-4 lead. Boy, if I'm Yasavich, I'm sick to my stomach after the gym I just pitched, and all I can do is watch on. But the Pirates kept fighting, tied at 6. Luke Nowak gets it through the left field side. Walk-off single. What a roller coaster of emotions. ECU stays alive with a 7-6 win. Wake Forest, the preseason #1, is eliminated. Well, no offseason for Rocky Mount's Keyshawn Silver. The UNC turned Kentucky defensive lineman was working out back in town yesterday. This morning, he was hosting his first camp.
Hey, family on 3, family on 3, on me. 1, 2, 3.
Local kids getting some free college and NFL level coaching at the Big Country Football Camp. Silver enlisting the likes of fellow Rocky Mount alum Shaheem Battle and former NFL linebacker Ratcliffe Thomas to get these kids ready for the season. Silver hoping to be a positive role model for his hometown.
I feel like coming from Rocky Mount, you don't have the most. So being able to have a free football camp, you can do what you have to do for free here, so after you do what you got to do here, you can go to the bigger schools, bigger levels, and do what you got to do there. This is definitely a male role model job for the kids. Just giving back to the community is the big thing.
Former 5-star recruit expecting also big things for himself his senior season at Kentucky as well. Julian.
Wow, way to give back. Just love seeing that.
Right.
Thanks, Casey. And thank you for joining us tonight. Stay tuned for NBC Nightly News, followed by On the Record at 7 p.m. That said, have a good night, and we'll see you a little bit later.